Hey, I'm Dr. Alain Desaulniers, founder of Tribex Breakthrough Coaching and Training. And today in my other business, in my chiropractic practice, I had a really interesting conversation with a client that I had to share because it brought so much clarity for me and also for my client. So I've been seeing this client for about a month and a bit. She'd actually started chiropractic care with a friend of mine in another city. She moved into this city here and she's been suffering for a long time. She's getting great results in the office. And the really interesting conversation that we had today was about her move here to Vancouver. Her move here to Vancouver was so that she could look for work. She had studied and is a chef, and she went into the cooking arts, into the foodie life because she loved it. She loved being a foodie, and she thought, when she was looking to what am I going to do with my life? She read all of these things about just follow your passion, follow your bliss, look what excites you, and just do that. And so she did, and she's like, yeah, it's cool, but it just wasn't what she thought it was going to be. And then today she comes into the office and we have this amazing conversation. She's like, I feel, because she's feeling better now, right? She's like, for so long, for so many years, I'd just been consumed with the pain that I was feeling inside of my body. And now that I'm feeling better, she's like, it was so bad feeling that. She's like, I just want to tell other people. Number one, it was great. She wants to tell other people about our office, about what we do, about chiropractic, about, which is fantastic. She's like, I think maybe I want to be a chiropractor. Maybe I want to be, and she started going down this list of a bunch of stuff that she could do that were in the healing arts. And it brought out so much clarity for her. She's like, I lived it so much. She's like, I knew it so well. I knew this pain in my body so well that once it started not being part of my everyday life, she's like, I just don't want anybody to feel what I felt. And so here's the principle, and I thought it was just so fascinating that so often, we feel called to serve where we're also suffering. Right? So we often feel called to serve where we are also suffering. So one of these things that happens is that, we think we go into whatever line of work that we want to go into because we have to follow our bliss. Yet what is really inside of us sometimes is this, we have this pain, we have this suffering. And I thought about when she was talking to me about this, I thought about all these different people that I know, all of these people that, not necessarily that even I know, but people huge, people that have influenced me, people that are giant in industry, in business, and in the arts. I think about so many artists and so many musicians, comedians. All these people fought through so much pain to get through to get to where they were, or to get to where they are. And so they often felt called to serve where they were also suffering. Right? So they felt this emptiness inside. They felt being alone. They felt something that they didn't want to feel, and so they figured out a way to get out of it. And in trying to figure out a way to get out of it, they want to also help other people. They also want to share that with other people. And I remember when I first moved to Vancouver, I had left a practice that was it was just not the practice that I wanted. It was not the place that I wanted to be. I was in this moment, in this time that I moved to this town, we moved to this new city and all these new opportunities, and yet I felt so alone. And so one of the things that I did in feeling so alone, I was looking around and I was like, man, there's a ton of amazing chiropractors here. And I went around and met a bunch of them and made friends with a bunch of them. And what I realized was that there were so many amazing people in this profession here in Vancouver, yet nobody really knew each other. Nobody hung out. And so I created a group, or helped to found and develop this group where we met every month, and we met in different places. We ended up meeting in my office after a while when I moved into my own office. And we just really created this community. And now, I mean, some of these people are some of my best friends. And not only are they some of my best friends, but some of them are also like best friends with other people that they met in the group. And it was from that, and I think like, oh man, like we created this movement. And that movement started from a place of deep pain within myself. That movement that created so much amazing things, so much great momentum for my profession, for our practices, for our businesses, for our lives, started because I felt so alone. And I didn't want to feel that anymore. And little did I know that there were so many other people that felt the same way too. So have you consider that rather than leading from where your bliss is, lead from what you feel, lead from what you know. And sometimes the best place to lead is from your pain. I'll say it again. Sometimes the best place to lead is from pain. And that might seem totally opposite from what you've been taught, from what you've read, from what it's, the opposite of what a lot of stuff that I read. That we just want to follow this amazing, like whatever the great feeling that we have. And what that does though, is from leading from your pain, that people that you are looking to lead are in that same place too. See, the interesting thing is that the people that we lead are just like, they're kind of a few steps behind us, and we're looking for the people that are a few steps ahead of us. And it's in that place that you have the solution. So when you can connect to that pain that you feel, connect to that alone feeling, connect to those feelings of whatever it is. And by getting to a point that you just like, enough is enough, and feeling so in pain, that you're like, I'm going to do something about it. And in doing something about it, in finding solutions for yourself, you start to share that with other people. And that's how movements are started. That's how giant businesses are started. That's how marriages are started. That's, there's so many of these things that start from the baseline of pain. And then you find a solution, you start the business, and then you have to start to tell people. And I always remember one of my mentors, he said that marketing is an act of kindness. And marketing is about empathy, connection, compassion. Now, have you also considered that what qualifies you is that you felt the pain and you committed to getting yourself out. And in the process, you want to make sure that no one has to feel like that. No one has to feel the way that you did ever again. So consider tonight, consider today, wherever you are in the world, that if you're feeling a pain inside of you, don't try to sedate your way with drugs, with alcohol, with whatever form of sedation, even meditation. And don't try to meditate your way out of this raw feeling that you feel, because it may just be the fuel to take you and your movement to the next level. So I invite you to just go inside and feel what you feel. Where do you feel called to lead yourself? What's the hole you want to get out of? What's the light that you want to see at the end of your tunnel? And from that place, you can start a movement. Because the movement that you lead is the healing that you need. And if you're feeling that right now, that's amazing. Because that means that you have something worthy to share. You have something worthy to give. You have something worthy to lead. Because whoever you are, wherever you've been, and wherever you're going, here's one thing that I know for sure. that if you want to lead the world, you need to first start by leading yourself. And if you have that feeling that there's something not right in the world, there's something not right in you, that's okay. That's a beautiful place to be, because that means that you feel that you care. If you didn't give a shit about any of this stuff, you say, fuck it. It may be that these words are not moving you. And if that's the case, then I don't know what to tell you. But from your pain can come your passions. From your pain come your passions. So don't just try to get this pain out of your mind. Go into it. Feel it. Let it fuel you. Because the pain that you feel is potential fuel for the movement that you're being called towards. So where is that place? Where is that place? And if you need help articulating that, if you need help putting that into words, if you need help figuring that out, just reach out. I'm here to help. So I'm Dr. Alain Desaulniers, founder of Tribe X, breakthrough coaching and training. Have an amazing, amazing day. And remember that the movement that you lead is the healing that you need.